Hello, this is Marty Eddington. Today I'd like to talk about the little people around the world. And a lot of this information I researched for my book titled About the Little People, which includes elves, fairies, leprechauns, dwarves, and more. And in doing this research, I found that there were fairies legends all over the world. But even more interesting is archaeologists have found bones of multiple people in Indonesia called the Flores people, which were only 3 feet tall. I mean, this is an actual race of people. And most of the legends that we're talking about say that the little people were 3 feet tall. So I thought that's pretty amazing. Of all the cryptids and legendary peoples I've studied, these are the first remains that have been reported that are very similar to the legends. So I really think the little people existed. And there's lots of stories in the book about the different ones all over the world. And the places include Hawaii, the American Indians in North America, Iceland, Ireland, of course, Northern Europe, but even the Middle East and Australia. It's amazing how many different places reported the little people existing there. Some even think they're alive today. Now, a couple other subjects I've studied are relevant here. One is paranormal abilities, and I've written a lot of books about paranormal abilities, including invisibility. Invisibility is a technique you can learn, and I've even got tips on how to practice it. And this allows you to make yourself invisible to other people. And of course, the leprechauns and different little people are known to be able to disappear or be invisible to other people. Another thing is that a lot of the claims of where the little people came from is that they live in caves or they come from a place called the other world, which seems to be another dimension. I didn't believe in dimensions until I wrote a book on it, and I researched a lot of stories of people traveling between dimensions. So now I think it's real. So those two things I think apply to the elves. First, that they are an advanced spiritual race that have paranormal abilities and the ability to make themselves invisible. And secondly, they may be able to transfer themselves between dimensions, which explains stories of the other world, which is the place where they come from in many of the stories, and how they move back and forth. So in reality, I think the little people are with us today, that they were a race that was existent thousands or millions of years before mankind came along. They developed these spiritual and paranormal abilities, which allows them to hide themselves from mankind in today's world, and also allows them to go back and forth between the dimension of the other world. So anyway, that's just a little bit about my thinking and the research I've done. I thought you'd find it interesting. Thanks for listening.